You are watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 9th of August. Rahul Gandhi blames PM Modi for Manipur crisis, BJP hits back. Jailed ex-Premier Imran Khan barred from Pakistan politics for 5 years. And Afghan central bank lacks independence from Taliban, says US watchdog. And now for all the details, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Wednesday in his first speech in the parliament, days after his reinstatement as MP, came down heavily on Prime Minister Narendra Modi for not visiting violence-hit Manipur. Opening the day 2 of debate on the no-confidence motion against the government, Rahul Gandhi accused that the PM does not consider the state to be a part of India and that the ruling BJP has divided the northeastern state into two parts. Amid uproar over his remarks, he further said the mother India has been murdered in Manipur. He also used Ravan analogy against PM Modi.
कुछ ही दिन पहले मैं मणिपुर गया. हमारे प्रधानमंत्री नहीं गए. आज तक नहीं गए. क्योंकि उनके लिए मणिपुर हिंदुस्तान नहीं है. मैंने मणिपुर शब्द प्रयोग किया, मगर आज की सच्चाई ये है कि मणिपुर नहीं बचा है. मणिपुर को आपने दो भाग में कर दिया है. मणिपुर को आपने बांट दिया है, तोड़ दिया है.
Meanwhile, BJP Smriti Irani, in a fiery response, took a jibe at the opposition alliance for calling itself India. She said, "You're not India, for India is not corrupt. India believes in merit, not in dynasty." She also accused Rahul Gandhi of misogyny, claiming that following his remarks, he gave a flying kiss. She said only a misogynist man can do that in a house full of women.
पहली बार राष्ट्र के इतिहास में भारत मां की हत्या की बात की और कांग्रेस पार्टी यहां पर तालियां बजाती रही. जो भारत की हत्या की बात पर कांग्रेस पार्टी ने ताली पीटी आज इस सदन में, इस बात का संकेत पूरे देश को दिया कि मन में गद्दारी किसकी है.
Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan on Tuesday received a fresh jolt as the Election Commission disqualified him from politics for 5 years after he was found guilty in Toshakhana case. A report.
The Election Commission of Pakistan on Tuesday barred former Prime Minister Imran Khan from politics for 5 years, days after he was declared guilty in the Toshakhana case and sent to prison for 3 years. Khan has denied any wrongdoing and maintained the government and the powerful military have imposed fabricated charges on him. Following the ban, people across the country have expressed doubts on the political future of Pakistan.
अगर कोई कोर्ट अदालत अगर किसी को सज़ा देती है तो उसका राइट है अपील करने का, और अपील करने से पहले ही इलेक्शन कमीशन नाअहल करार देना ये सियासतदानों के लिए नाइंसाफ़ी है. और हम आवाम
इमरान खान को 5 साल के लिए नाअहल किया है. इमरान खान के पास अभी अपील का राइट है. इमरान खान के पास इलेक्शन कमीशन के बाद हाई लेवल के फोरम्स मौजूद हैं जहां पर वो जाके अपनी अपील कर सकता है और ख़ुद को बेगुनाह साबित कर सकता है, और उससे इसकी ये सज़ा जो है वो या तो कलअदम हो सकती है या ख़त्म हो सकती है, या इसका कोई और वे आउट कानून और आइन के मुताबिक निकाला जा सकता है.
Khan's legal team has challenged the guilty verdict in the Toshakhana case. His arrest comes at a time when Pakistan is heading for general elections later this year, with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's government set to complete its term in a few days.
Moving on, poor road infrastructure and rampant corruption has stalled development in parts of Gilgit Baltistan. A report.
Residents in Funder Valley of Gilgit Baltistan have expressed anger over the construction of non-standard roads in the region, which have compounded their problems. Political activists said local representatives were shown a different roadmap and were given assurances of high-standard roads, but in reality, they have been befooled.
पुराना जो रोड है हमारा वो तो तकरीबन 25-30 फुट ऑलरेडी है, उसके ऊपर इन्होंने ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 20 फुट वहाँ साइड की कटाई की है और जो पुराने रोड थे वो सेम उसी तरह ही है। इसका एक मोड़ भी वहाँ से नहीं काटा है। लोगों को बेवकूफ़ बना रहे हैं। बेवकूफ़ बनाने के अलावा कोई चीज़ नहीं है। मैं गुजारिश करूँगा NHA से कि अपना कम से कम ये अपना नक्शा वाज़ा करें कहाँ से है। अब एक सर्वे अभी देखो, एक नया सर्वे स्टार्ट हुआ है।
अब आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे जो छोटे छोटे मोड़ जिनको एक आधे घंटे के जरिए आधे घंटे में इसको ठीक किया जा सकता है, इसको एज इट इज़ रखा हुआ है। और दूसरी बात यह है कि जो नक्शा या जो नक्शेजात पहले बने थे, यहाँ से ऊपर से रंग इन्होंने डाला था, उसको भी गायब कर दिया आपने करिंदूम के जरिए। ये जुल्म की इंतहा है।
The gruesome condition of roads is predominantly deemed as the most important issue plaguing the growth and development of the illegally occupied territory.
A report by US Watchdog presented to Congress on Tuesday said that US-funded assessment of Afghanistan's central bank has found that it lacks independence from the Taliban administration and adequate safeguards against money laundering and terrorism financing. The US Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction, SIGAR, in its quarterly report disclosed that the assessment found flaws with the management of the central bank. Half of about $7 billion frozen in the US Federal Reserve Bank of New York has been placed in Swiss-based trust fund. The rest is being sought in lawsuits against the Taliban by families of 9/11 attack victims. The Taliban harbored al-Qaeda fighters who plotted the attacks in the United States. Residents in Nepal's capital struggled with heavy flooding on Tuesday after a river breached its banks following heavy monsoon rains. The Bagmati River in the Kathmandu Valley overflowed and flooded its surrounding region, which is home to about 4 million people. People were seen in the capital trying to bail flood water out of their homes, while authorities have also asked residents near the eastern Sindhuli River to evacuate as the water level rises.
सरकारी बजार पनि पुरै डुबान भयो सर। यो तलको भाग चाहिँ पुरो डुबान भयो। हाम्रो जोस यहाँको गाडीहरु सरकुशल सबै हामीले उद्धार गर्यो। यहाँको गाडीहरु चाहिँ पुरै क्षति भएन। जुन 3-4 वटा गाडी क्षति भयो, तलको चाहिँ क्षति भयो सर। तल जुन पछाडी क्षति भयो।
This year, at least 38 people have died in rain-related incidents and at least 33 are missing. The rains which lashed the Himalayan nation from June to September kill scores of people every year as the monsoon triggers landslides and floods. Sri Lanka's President Ranil Wickramesinghe on Wednesday emphasized the need to implement the 13th Amendment to the Constitution and called for a consensus among the members in the parliament. In a bid to resolve the ethnic conflict between the Sinhalese and the minority Tamils, the 13th Amendment was passed in 1987. The president reiterated that he would bring in the amendment to make the system of provincial councils more meaningful by reducing the central government's powers to curb their functioning. Wickramesinghe said the provincial council elections, which have been stalled since 2018, can be held after the parliament's agreement on their powers. Tourists and locals are thronging the paddy fields of India's southern Kottayam that are teeming with pink water lilies. Water lilies have painted the town pink and is attracting tourists from far and wide. Locals have arranged boats to make it easier for tourists to be close with the nature and get a better glimpse of the spectacle. Every year, the paddy fields transform into a sea of water lilies around August. The fields have become a hotspot for people willing to seek solace in nature and for aesthetic photo shoots.
So excited to see here. It's so amazing to travel here. Boat riding is so amazing. It's a very lovely experience. The boat ride was very scenic and the wild water lilies are in bloom. I would recommend not plucking too many to preserve the wildlife. There's cranes and the weather was very nice.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.